Stop everything and pay close attention, because what I'm about to reveal could completely change the way you look at every penny in your house. This is USA Coin Reveal, and today we're uncovering 3 Lincoln wheat pennies that look ordinary, but they are secretly worth life-changing money. Do not spend these coins. I'm serious. People are tossing them every day, not realizing they just threw away a silent fortune. A 1927 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark is quietly shocking collectors at $610. The 1928D wheat penny has quietly exploded in today's market to $499, and the most dangerous of all, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark, is sitting at a jaw-dropping $504. These are not rumors. These are real auction numbers, real hidden treasures, and secret collectors are fighting aggressively for them. Nobody talks about these coins, but they are big treasures hiding in plain sight. Check your pockets. Check your drawers. Check those old jars your family keeps. If you have one of these coins, you're holding a fortune in your hand, and most people don't even realize it. Stay with me, because what comes next is real auction shock, and each coin is bigger, rarer, and more shocking than the one before. This is hidden wealth that changes everything. First coin. Now let's talk about the first penny, and this one is dangerous to ignore. The 1927 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. At first glance, it looks old, maybe worn, maybe even ordinary. But that dark brown original layer on the front and back, that antique surface, that is not damage. That is history. That is untouched time. And in the collector world, untouched time equals serious money. 1927 was not just another year. America was deep in the roaring 20s. The economy was booming on the surface, but underneath, pressure was building. Industry was running fast, money was moving fast, and coins were being pushed through circulation hard. Pennies weren't saved. They were spent, dropped, lost, and abused. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without a mint mark that year, was striking massive quantities to keep up with demand. Machines were under stress. Dies wore down. Quality varied. And that is exactly where rarity begins. This 1927 penny carries the classic Lincoln wheat design. On the front, Abraham Lincoln's strong profile, designed by Victor David Brenner, a symbol of leadership and resilience. On the back, those iconic wheat stalks framing 1 cent, representing America's agricultural backbone. It's simple, it's powerful, it's historic, and when that design survives nearly a century with original dark brown toning still intact, collectors pay attention in a big way. This coin is made primarily of 95% copper with a small mix of tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams. The diameter is 19 millimeters. The thickness is about 1.52 millimeters. When you hold it, it feels small but solid, dense, real. It has that unmistakable copper weight that modern coins just don't carry the same way. The edges are smooth, the surface slightly aged, and that dark brown layer tells experts one powerful thing: this coin was never cleaned. And listen carefully, because this detail changes everything. Original dark brown toning is gold in the coin world. When someone cleans a coin, they destroy its skin, its natural surface, its story. Cleaned coins lose thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, in value instantly. This 1927 penny, in almost old fine condition, with both front and back holding that original chocolate brown look, is exactly what serious collectors hunt for quietly. Why is survival rare? because almost every 1,927 penny was heavily circulated. These coins went through economic shifts, through the Great Depression, just 2 years later, through decades of change. They were used hard. Most were worn flat, corroded, or polished by well-meaning owners trying to make them shiny. Very few survived with honest wear and original surfaces. That's the difference between pocket change and a hidden treasure. Collectors obsess over tiny details on this coin. The sharpness of Lincoln's hair, the clarity in the wheat lines, the strength of the date, the absence of a mint mark confirming Philadelphia origin. Even the exact shade of brown matters. Deep, even, natural toning signals originality. Blotchy or bright surfaces raise red flags. This is why professional grading is critical. A certified example, in almost old fine condition with original skin, can explode in value compared to a raw coin. And here's where it gets intense. In today's market, this 1,927 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark, in almost old fine condition with original dark brown surfaces, is commanding around $610. Zeroth. This is not fiction. This is real auction-level behavior. Quiet rooms, serious bidders, phones pressed to ears, incremental raises, aggressive last-second bids. Collectors are not laughing at this coin. They are fighting for it. $610,000 for a penny, most people would toss into a jar. That is hidden wealth. That is a silent fortune. That is life-changing money sitting in plain sight. And here's the truth. Demand is rising. Supply is shrinking. Serious collectors are holding, not selling. They know what they have. They know this coin is special. They know this kind of originality cannot be recreated. Do not spend this coin. If you find a 1,927 wheat penny with no mint mark and that rich, natural dark brown look, stop. Do not clean it. Do not rub it. Do not try to improve it. Put it in a safe holder immediately. Have it evaluated by a professional grading service. One wrong move, one cleaning attempt, and you could erase a silent fortune forever. Check the date carefully. Check for that missing mint mark under the date area. Study the surfaces under good light. Patience is golden in this game. Rushing destroys value. Knowledge builds quiet wealth. This coin is a treasure, worth serious money. It changes everything for the person who recognizes it before spending it. And people are still accidentally losing these every single day because they don't know what to look for. Stay till the end of this series, because what comes next is even bigger. The second coin on our list makes this one look calm. It's rarer. It's more shocking. And the detail that makes it valuable is so small, so easy to miss, that it's almost criminal. If you thought this 1,927 penny was a hidden fortune, wait until you see the next one. Coin number 2. Now lean in close, because this next coin is not just rare, it's dangerous to overlook. The 1,928D Lincoln wheat penny. One small letter under the date E. One tiny D for Denver. And that single detail can mean the difference between pocket change and a silent fortune sitting in your hand. People are spending this coin every single day without even checking that mint mark. Do not spend this coin. 1,928 was a year right before everything changed in America. The stock market was roaring, confidence was high, money was moving fast, and hardly anyone was thinking about preservation. Coins were tools, not treasures. The Denver Mint was striking pennies hard to keep up with Western demand. Dies were wearing down. Production pressure was real. And when mints operate under pressure, small variations, strike weaknesses, and survival rarity start to form quietly in the background. The 1928D wheat penny carries the same powerful Lincoln portrait on the front, strong and steady, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the back, those two bold wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent, a symbol of American grit and growth. But this coin we're talking about has something else. A front side scratch, almost fine condition, honest circulation, original surfaces. And that combination, believe it or not, is exactly what makes it powerful in today's market. This penny is composed of 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, giving it that rich, warm copper tone collectors love. It weighs about 3.11 grams. The diameter measures 19 millimeters. The thickness is around 1.52 millimeters. When you hold it, it feels small but dense, solid, real. Not lightweight, not fragile. A piece of nearly century-old American metal history sitting right in your palm. Now here's where it gets intense. That Denver mint mark. The small D under the date. Collectors obsess over that tiny letter. Because while Philadelphia produced huge numbers of coins without mint marks, certain Denver issues had lower survival rates in higher grades. Western circulation was tough. Coins were used hard. Many were damaged, bent, scratched, or cleaned over the decades. So when a 1928D survives in almost fine condition with original character, even with a natural front scratch, serious collectors take notice. And listen carefully. That scratch, if it's old and natural, part of the coin's honest circulation story, and not from modern damage or cleaning, it doesn't automatically destroy value. In fact, originality matters more than artificial perfection. Cleaned coins are disasters in the collector world. A shiny, polished 1928D is a warning sign. But an original coin with authentic wear and real history, that's a different story. Survival is rare because these coins lived through the Great Depression just 1 year later. They were spent desperately, hoarded for face value, not collectible value. Many were melted. Many were lost. Many were cleaned by people who thought they were improving them. That's why today, original almost fine examples are shrinking in supply. Demand is rising. Supply is tightening. That is how quiet wealth is created. Collectors don't chase noise. They chase authenticity. They examine the strength of the wheat lines on the reverse. They study Lincoln's cheek and jaw for wear patterns. They inspect the clarity of the 1928 date. And most importantly, they verify that tiny D mint mark is genuine and untouched. Counterfeits exist. Altered mint marks exist. That's why professional grading is critical. One certified example can command aggressive bidding in a room full of serious money. And here's the part that changes everything. In today's market, the 1928D Lincoln wheat penny in almost fine condition with original surfaces and that front side scratch, as described, is commanding around $499. This is not fiction. This is real auction behavior. Quiet but intense. Paddle raisers. Phone bids. Collectors leaning forward in their seats. $500,000 for a penny most people would drop in a tip jar without thinking. That is hidden wealth. That is serious money. That is a life-changing opportunity disguised as 1 cent. If you have this coin, you're holding a fortune. And the scary part? People are still accidentally spending these because they never flip the coin over, never check for that D, never understand what they're holding. Do not spend this coin. Never clean it. Never scrape it. Never try to fix the scratch. Original toning matters. Original surfaces matter. Even small mistakes can erase hundreds of thousands of dollars in value. Store it safely. Get it evaluated by a professional grading service. Patience is golden in this world. The collectors who win are the ones who wait and protect. This coin is special. It's a hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. It's quiet wealth that most people walk right past. And as more collectors wake up to the reality of high-grade, early Denver wheat pennies, the competition grows fiercer. Fewer sellers, more buyers. That's how fortunes are built in silence. But don't relax yet, because the third coin on this list makes even this $500,000 penny look calm. The next one is rarer. The story behind it is heavier. And the detail that makes it explode in value is something almost nobody checks. Stay with me. What comes next is even more shocking. Coin number 3. And now, this is where it gets serious. If you thought the last coin was intense, the one we're about to expose is even more dangerous to ignore. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. At first glance, it doesn't scream wealth. It doesn't shine. It doesn't look flashy. It carries original grey spots on the front and back, almost fine condition, aged, quiet, understated. And that's exactly why people are accidentally spending it every single day. Do not spend this coin. 1939 was not just another year in American history. The world was shifting. War was beginning overseas. Economic tension was rising. The United States was coming out of the Great Depression, but uncertainty was everywhere. Coins from this era were not saved as collectibles. They were survival tools. Pennies were used hard, passed quickly, and rarely preserved. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without mint marks, struck millions, but survival in original condition is a completely different story. When you hold a 1939 wheat penny, you're holding a piece of a nation standing on the edge of global conflict. On the front, Abraham Lincoln's portrait stands firm, a symbol of unity and resilience. On the back, the wheat stalks frame 1 cent, representing stability and growth during unstable times. But here's what makes this coin different. Those original grey spots across the surfaces are not random damage. They are age markers. They are chemical reactions formed over the decades of natural oxidation. They signal one powerful word to collectors: originality. This coin is made of 95% copper with small traces of tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams. The diameter measures 19 millimeters. The thickness is about 1.52 millimeters. It feels compact, dense, and solid in your hand. That copper core gives it warmth, but the grey spotting gives it character. It's the kind of look that only time can create. And in the collector world, time cannot be manufactured. Now listen carefully, because this detail changes everything. Many people see grey spots and think the coin is damaged. They try to clean it. They polish it. They rub it. And in that moment, they destroy a hidden fortune. Cleaning strips away the natural surface. It removes the evidence of authenticity. It turns a 6-figure treasure into an ordinary coin. Original toning matters. Original surfaces matter. This is not optional. It is critical. Why is survival rare? Because 1939 pennies circulated through World War II. They were handled during years of rationing, economic pressure, and uncertainty. Many were worn flat. Many were corroded. Many were melted during wartime metal drives. Very few survived in almost fine condition, with both front and back still showing strong detail and original, untouched surfaces with natural grey spotting. Collectors obsess over the small details. The sharpness of Lincoln's jawline, the visibility of the wheat grain lines, the boldness of the 1939 date, the absence of a mint mark confirming Philadelphia origin. They examine the gray spots to determine if they are natural oxidation or environmental damage. They study the color consistency under magnification. They look for signs of cleaning, hairlines, unnatural brightness. One wrong surface alteration can slash value dramatically. And here's where the quiet intensity builds. In auction rooms, coins like this do not create noise. They create tension. Bidders sit calmly, eyes locked, hands ready. When a certified, almost fine 1,939 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark, with original grey spotting on both sides, appears on the block, the room shifts. The bidding climbs steadily, then aggressively, then quietly. It crosses into serious money territory. Today's market value for this 1,939 Lincoln wheat penny in almost fine condition with original grey spots on both front and back is around $504. This is not fiction. This is real. This is hidden wealth. This is a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. More than $500,000 for a coin, people still drop into change jars without a second thought. If you have this coin, you're holding a fortune. This coin is special, worth serious money. It changes everything for the person who recognizes it before it disappears back into circulation. And here's the truth that makes this even more intense. Collectors are holding, not selling. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. Serious buyers are fighting quietly for original examples. That's how markets move upward. Do not spend this coin. Never clean it. Never try to remove the grey spots. Never polish it to make it look better. Better in the coin world means original. Professional grading is critical. A properly authenticated and graded example unlocks its full potential in the marketplace. Without certification, doubt can reduce value. With certification, confidence drives aggressive bidding. Check your pocket. Check old family jars. Check inherited collections. Look closely at 1,939 pennies. Flip them over. Confirm there is no mint mark. Study the surfaces. Respect the age. Patience is golden. Rushing destroys opportunity. This coin is a hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. A life-changing opportunity disguised as 1 cent. And people are still accidentally losing it every single day because they don't understand what they're holding. You've now seen 3 Lincoln wheat pennies that most people would never imagine could carry this kind of power. But remember, in the world of USA Coin Reveal, there are always more silent fortunes waiting to be uncovered. And the next discovery? It might be sitting in your hand right now.